Good Thursday, everyone. This is meteorologist Dave Snyder at the National Weather Service with Alaska's statewide weather. Low pressure across the southern Bering is creating some light rain and chop across the central Aleutian chain and many of the Alaska Peninsula villages this afternoon. The greater concern, though, is the southerly winds out in front of that storm, pushing warm and wet air into and over shallow cold air sitting across the Yukon and the Kuskokwim Delta. That's still producing freezing rain for many southwestern villages and at times across Norton Sound communities as well. The threat remains this afternoon for light freezing rain to continue around places like Bethel and out closer to the coast and upriver, though as you move further up in elevation, the risk of snow starts to move in rather than freezing rain. So right now, McGrath is not seeing much of an issue from freezing rain. But for places like Anvik, the threat remains, and winter storm warnings are in effect for your area along the lower Yukon until at least 6 o'clock on Friday morning. For many southwestern communities, it looks like the risk of freezing rain will stay with you on and off throughout the rest of the weekend. However, the good news is it won't be as bad as what we've already seen. Conditions should start to improve. However, again, the threat starts to shift a little bit further north. So from Anvik being the focus now, 2 points toward Unalakleet, eventually Golovin and Nome certainly have the possibility of seeing some freezing rain as we go into Friday and Saturday. The main issue right now across the south-facing slopes of the Brooks Range will be increasing wind. High wind warnings are in effect for places like Nome and out toward Golovin already, where gusts could reach up to 60 miles per hour. For the south-facing slopes of the Brooks Range, the wind should not be quite as strong, but in a few locations, gusts might reach to 45, even 60 miles per hour. Again, generally north of Noatak and right along the ridges and summits. For higher terrain, it looks like blowing snow may be an issue. Winter weather advisories are posted for many locations around the interior, not for Fairbanks at this point. Again, for mountain passes, blowing snow may be an issue, and snow is still falling across parts of the interior, but does seem to be tapering off. As we move into Saturday, watch for periods of rain across southern parts of southeast. You're also looking at a potential for wind, an Otaku wind event around Juneau and the Douglas Island area, and dense fog for northern parts of southeast, possible tonight and into tomorrow morning. More weather working in from the west across the Bering Sea, heading for the west coast by the weekend. With Alaska's statewide weather, this is meteorologist